Say what you want about Dricus, but he's very smart at setting up future fights. Very, very smart at it. Just beat Sean Strickland last night. Pointless fight. Sean Strickland didn't do shit in the octagon differently. It's just like what I said. I said this shit would happen, but yeah. Right after the fight, Dricus is setting up a fight between him and Alex Pereira. Looking at Alex and walking towards him while shouting, "Is there no one else?" Obviously, he's also really enthusiastic about fighting Khamzat Chimaev. I'm sure that fight will be next for him, but he's just setting up. Dricus is setting up, for the future, that fight between him and Alex. Because Alex has been wanting to fight Dricus. I think ever since Dricus beat Adesanya, Alex made like a video in front of his TV calling out Dricus. So that's a big blockbuster fight. But a fight between Dricus and Khamzat is a blockbuster fight in itself as well. So I look forward to both. Like I said, the guy that Dricus is fighting next is obviously going to be Khamzat Chimaev. The only way it's not is if the UFC decides to pull like a dick move and set up a fight between Khamzat and Nasruddin Imavov for a title shot. Instead, I think what should happen is exactly what Dricus said should happen, because Dricus said this in the post-fight interview. He said that Chao Barallo and Nasruddin Imavov should fight for the next title shot after Khamzat, and Khamzat should fight him. Nothing more needs to be said. I agree with him. Dricus is a very smart guy, man. Very fucking smart guy. Setting up them fights, them future fights, and he just did so again. So, Dricus is fighting Khamzat Chimaev up next. For that fight, I made like a couple breakdowns. I'll do like a mini version of that right now. Khamzat, as we all know, is a devastating grappler, extremely strong, extremely powerful, extremely energetic, extremely fast. I have no doubt he'll try to bring Dricus to the ground and try to do the same shit to Dricus like he did to Robert Whittaker. I just think it's not going to happen. I think Dricus is very fucking strong, very powerful as well, and very energetic. So when Khamzat goes in for that fucking takedown, I think Dricus, maybe Dricus goes down with Khamzat and then fucking pulls a reversal out of nowhere. Maybe he goes down with Khamzat and scrambles out of it. I think Khamzat will score that first takedown. I think he will be able to get Dricus to the ground, but it's what happens after he gets Dricus to the ground that I think is going to make this fight interesting, because I think Dricus has a good chance of scrambling out of a lot of stuff, reversing a lot of stuff, just because of how powerful and fast the motherfucker is, and strong and strong-willed as well. Dricus stays in front of you. Dricus doesn't fucking waver. He could be fucking losing some rounds and still not waver. So, I think it's going to be a really competitive fight for at least the beginning of it. A lot of movement, a lot of jumping around, because both of these guys are extremely athletic as well. But when I really look at this fight, I think Khamzat's going to wane. I think he's going to wane. I like Khamzat, and I want him to win the fight. I'm a fan of both of these guys, but I want Khamzat to finally get a fucking belt, man. The guy's been like eyeing a belt, and the guy's been talked about for a long time now, and he's finally in title contention. So I'd like him to get a belt. I'd like to see Khamzat Chimaev with a belt, but he's been proven to kind of wane as the fight goes on. When you look at that fight between him and Kamaru Usman got into a groove later on in that fight. Khamzat did his thing in the beginning of it, but as the fight progressed, Kamaru Usman started to shine. So I think Dricus is going to start to shine as well, and I think he's going to start to shine especially on the feet. Khamzat's got good striking. His striking is there. It's not like absent. I wouldn't say Khamzat has excellent striking, but the striking is there and it's good. It's not bad. It's good. It's not okay. It's good. It's there. It's concrete. But it's not like world class. I don't think it's excellent. I don't think it's enough to like be back and forth with Dricus all the time. I think Dricus is going to excel with the blitz. I think he's going to excel with the massive overhands. I think he's gonna excel with the awkward punching and the awkward kicking. I think it's just gonna put Khamzat Chimaev off of his rhythm, especially in those later rounds. So I got Dricus by decision. I think Khamzat Chimaev wins round 1, probably with a takedown and a good amount of ground control and a few landed punches. And then rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5, it's the Dricus show, coupled with the striking. I don't know if Dricus will get a takedown. I think it's just going to more so be the striking and the takedown defense and the fact that he's going to be able to reverse some positions. But Khamzat is a really good wrestler, and I'm not sure if Dricus can take Khamzat down. Maybe if Dricus shoots for takedowns after landing a couple punches in every blitz, then Dricus could get some takedowns in. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the takedowns. What I am sure about is the landed punches in his blitz. The kicks, because the kicks from Dricus are powerful and fast as fuck, and we saw that last night. So it's the kicks from Dricus, it's the Dricus blitz, it's just the patented Dricus movements, minus the grappling, that's going to give Dricus this fight, especially in the later rounds. So I got round 1 going to Khamzat, and I got 2, 3, 4, and 5 going to Dricus. And it may not be the most popular opinion, but I think it's truly going to happen. And I like Khamzat. I wish for it not to be true. I hope Khamzat goes out there and does what he did against Robert Whittaker to Dricus. And again, it's not. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I'm not saying that with ill intention towards Dricus, because I am a fan. I like what he's doing. I like what he did against Sean last night. I just want to see Khamzat with the belt more than I want to see Dricus defend the belt again. It's really what it comes down to. But still, going at this fight from an unbiased standpoint, Dricus is going to win. Given the fighting styles, given what they've been doing, I think he's going to be able to survive the early Khamzat grappling storm, maybe even reverse the position later in the round. And then again, rounds 2, 3, 4, 5, just batter Khamzat on the feet. I know I said Dricus wins by a decision, but I have recently been wavering between Dricus winning by a decision and Dricus knocking Khamzat Chimaev out in the final round. I'm going to play it safe and stick with my decision pick, but, Khamzat has been dropped before by Gilbert Burns. I'm sure he can be dropped again by Dricus in the final round when Dricus lands another fucking heavy-ass overhand in one of his final blitzes, and Khamzat has already been worn down by most of the fight already. He's slowed down. He's not grappling as much. He's only trying to find a jab and nothing else, kind of like Strickland, but not really. And he just gets battered by an unforeseen heavy overhand that puts him out. But again, I'll play it safe and go Dricus by decision. And then to end this video, I'll just lightly cover a fight between Dricus and Alex Pereira. I think I've said it before, I needed to see more of Alex Pereira before deciding who wins that fight. There's always the grappling threat from Dricus in this fight, but I'm going to go with Alex Pereira. And I'm going to go with Alex Pereira because of one thing. It's the jab. It's the jab, and it's also the head kick. Dricus has a mean head kick, but so does Alex. But it's more so the jab. Dricus has a tough time defending against the jab at certain points. And Alex Pereira's jab has proven extremely fucking effective against Khalil Roundtree. It messed up Khalil Roundtree's face, and I'm sure it'll mess up Dricus' face as well. So if Dricus does not watch out for the Alex Pereira jab that is extremely powerful, I think the jab is going to fuck up Dricus. It's going to make Dricus sloppy with a number of other movements, and Alex is going to be able to use that jab to set up the powerful hook or even a head kick, and it's going to be either the hook or the head kick that ends up ending Dricus probably in round 3. The grappling threat is there, so this fight could absolutely be flipped on its head if Dricus is able to get a hold of Pereira and drag him to the ground and chase the back and submit him. Totally possible that Dricus does that. I just think Dricus has to get past the jab first, and it's going to be hard to do that against a guy like Alex Pereira, who is just So fucking powerful. So I'm gonna give it to Alex in that fight, and I may change my mind. You know, it's gonna be some time before that fight actually happens. But as of right now, I think I've seen enough from both fighters to make my pick, and my pick is Alex in round 3, TKO. Landing the jab, throwing the head kick or the hook after the jab, putting Dricus out. And yeah, overall, you let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But most importantly, subscribe. I love you guys. And I'll see you on the next.